I am a mom of 6 kids, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, she has a lot on her plate. And it's so interesting about being in business for as long as I have, around 12 years, in and out. It is interesting because at the end of the day, I've started businesses, I stopped businesses, I failed at businesses, I've rebuilt businesses. And at the end of the day, it just takes a lot of grit and consistency to show up every time. And that's a lot about what I want to make sure I walk you through with the multiple ways moms can make money. My journey is my journey. I started off at the county of San Bernardino, and it's so interesting because at that point I was a single mother. I started in my teens. Well, I was technically 19 pregnant. I had her at 20, but within that, entrepreneurship wasn't always the thing I felt called to do. It was something that I eventually stumbled upon because I wanted ownership. I knew that my income wasn't enough for me, and now it's allowed me to understand my goal and my guide. And it's something that I actually live by. Income feeds you, but ownership will free you. And it's something that I understand and I multiply and I bring to fruition every time I'm thinking about being in business. And it's important that if this is for you, hang on tight because we're going to go in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are a woman building wealth. So let's get right into it. One thing I've realized about being in business is that it's going to get the best of you. Okay, this is not the video where I'm going to give you the frill for frill. Like I uploaded products on my Etsy or my Shopify and it blew up overnight and I made $1 million. That is not my journey. It really took me a lot of consistency and building conversations and learning and relearning and trying again in order to get to where I am now, where I am a full-time entrepreneur. So if that is your goal, you're like, hey, if she could do it, she was a teen mom, I'm here to encourage you that you can do it too. It just takes a little bit more of what you're probably giving, but I'm here to tell you, you have what it takes. So with that, we're going to be talking about active income, leverage income, and owned income. Okay. Active income is usually when you work and you get paid. Okay, so that may be where you're at right now. You work a job like I did. Okay, I worked at the county for about 7.5 years. You work a job, you work a 9 to 5. You may have went to school, got an education, started working a job, or you may have just went ahead and jumped yourself into the job market, right? Where it's important that you realize, like, hey, I have responsibilities, I have a family, I got things I need to pay. So you're like, I need to go ahead and get a job. Leverage income is systems or teams that help you get paid. That's where I'm at now. Okay. Systems. Okay. Systems. Systems will help you get paid, which a lot of times is allowing other people to pay you through the systems to allow you to get paid. The last part about the 3 categories I want to make sure we jump into today is owned income. This is assets that pay you. So in regards to what I'm saying is it may be real estate where you can get monthly royalties, and maybe you make music where you get monthly royalties. It may be you got a brand contract and they paid you to use the video consistently for their platform and they're going to pay you in royalties. That's important to put in that contract. But a lot of these things are important with where you're going and how you want to build this income in 2026. Being a woman and being a mother, a lot of times is looked up as it's such a hard thing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to multitask. But sometimes we find ourselves in places where we took the leap, or we're a parent, we're a mom, and it is our story. It's our journey. It's beautiful. It doesn't have to be something that's detrimental. And I know sometimes it is looked upon, but how you make money as a mom, how you make money as somebody who's leveraging promises that God has honestly have already given you, it's important that you realize where you're going, how you want to get there, and what that looks like to you. So let's get right into these income streams right away. Okay, I want to make sure we have enough time to get into them. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Content and brand personal income. Okay, so this is like your personal brand. Like, this is basically what you're watching of me. You're watching somebody talk, you're watching somebody share information, you're watching somebody give another take on what and how they give their life. Even the content that you consume. If you are on social media at any point, Facebook, Instagram, you're on YouTube, you're on LinkedIn, all these areas can produce income. You just have to figure out what is your niche, what is your goal, what do you want to deliver, what do you want to share. These are so many ways. It's so many ways. We would go over like 500 ways, which I'm going to do a video. It's like so many ways to build income through there. YouTube, brand partnerships, we have speaking events, you have workshops if you have a topic, consulting. These are all the things that I have driven into, that I have dived into, that allow you to make sure that you are making an income. And I'm not just saying income for a way to have views, but we're talking about something that is income driven, you have impact, and you have a way to have ownership. Okay, so that's one way to build income in 2026. Content and personal brand income. Okay, the number two, it's actually one of my favorites. It's actually something that I'm actually going to put in my description. So if you are interested in seeing any of my digital products on how I leverage women and I help them, hit the link in the bio. But with that, digital products, education, it is key. If you have a skill set and you know you are good at this, digital products is the way to go. And it's digital products is essentially you putting your expertise in a PDF, in some videos, and you uploaded them on various websites. Okay, there's so many. There's Stand Store, there's Gumroad. You can do websites where you could do educational. There are so many areas for you to upload your expertise. And I'm not just saying like you think of something and you just want to go ahead and upload it. I'm like, okay, this is it. No. Get to know the niche and really get to know the importance of why you are sharing that idea or that niche. A lot of times you will expand your horizons and make more money when you know specifically what and how you want to share. But that is one way, okay? And we're talking about having a planner. So many women love planners. I know I love planners. I literally get a planner every year, okay? And then I buy like about 6 throughout the year. And that's probably you too. I know it's you. But planners, we're talking about digital guides. I'm talking about helping moms have clean eating for their toddlers. We're talking about moms that may want to help you declutter. We're talking about if you have an idea to help somebody start a business. There's so many ways to input information and then market it as a digital product. Digital product is the best idea. If you actually want to start with this idea, this will probably be your main place to go because this is where the world is going, okay? And don't negate the idea to allow AI to help you along the process. That's why it's there. You can use it and then allow it to cultivate to who you are, okay? Don't just use it and then use what they say. No, use it for your personal and then just allow it to drive you into the direction you need to go. With courses, with memberships, with communities, so many women are building communities. They have something that they have in common. They may be a divorcee. They may be a widow. They may have multiple children by multiple fathers. There's so many ways to build communities. They may be just married and they want to just share the journey and connect with other women. They may be an entrepreneur like myself. There's so many ways to build communities and to also have people pay a monthly subscription fee for that community. So these are 2 ways that you could do it, okay? Something that I like to do for number 3 that I currently do, and I've probably been doing it for about 2 years, is event space. I love an event space because I use the event space for my personal businesses. Like this year, if you happen to see this video, we will be doing multiple events where you'll be able to come, connect with other women, but just learn and leverage your business. Birthday parties, bar mitzvahs. There's just so many things. I recently had a client that subleased it for about 6 months. And so I got guaranteed income. Guaranteed. Okay. If they don't pay, then, they could go and you get somebody else in there. But having an event space has drastically changed the trajectory of my business, because it's like a all in all for me. It's like a hole in one. Like, I can rent it out to people that are doing photography. There's a website called Peerspace. If you desire to get into the event space business, I use Peerspace for a lot of my bookings. Churches have found me through Peerspace. If you want to even use it for birthday parties, I also use it for photographers. They're able to rent it out. There's so many ways for you to grow with an event space, and I will make sure I include or ultimately do a video go into the details of how to start an event space as well. But an event space is a great way to build income for 2026. And with 2026, you're really able to make sure you are using the event space for all the things that you're called to do. There's a lot that comes with an event space. I won't sit up here and lie and say people may leave your building a little dirty. Nobody's ever ruined it, but you will have insurance and all the things to make sure you will always be okay. But we're talking about event space rentals. We're talking about hourly bookings. We're talking about long-term usage agreements. We're talking about long-term agreements. We're talking about people booking you up for the whole year and you get one check. Okay? One check for the whole year. It will pay your rent. It will pay all the specific things that you will need to for the building, like trash, water. It will pay for it all. But it's just finding the right place for the event space, as well as making sure you market. Another thing is what I really, really love, and I'm actually getting into more of it for this year, is real estate. Real estate is ching, 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 ching. And that's like a money sign, okay? But it's really about, once again, my slogan, income feeds you. So income will feed you for a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 10 days, but ownership will free you. If you have the ability to get into real estate, and we will have more videos talking about getting into real estate, buying in bulk, buying properties, buying land, but real estate will allow you to stretch your inheritance for you and your family and your children for longer amounts of time. So real estate is another great place to, and you don't always have to have a lot of money to get into real estate. You do not. It's a myth. So if you want to get into real estate, I encourage you to go on YouTube, figure out what suits you, what you like, learn, get educated. Maybe go find a book at the library, go to Barnes and Noble, and get educated if it is real estate. My number 5 option is service-based income. Okay. Now, service-based income is when you have an opportunity to give somebody a service, and then in return they pay you. So we're talking about coaching, we're talking about consulting, we're talking about strategy sessions, we're talking about some high value services. So many mothers, so many women are building service-based income, and it's not scattered. It's very specific. They niche it down. They're having a specific thing that a lot of women may be struggling with, and they're giving them what they need with impact. You consistently getting into your area and how you want to build people in 2026 will change the trajectory of your life. And you don't have to be like super scared to do it. It really just comes down to you being authentically yourself. You showing up consistently, and 2026 will be a monumental year if you just go ahead and take the lead. One thing I've learned about being a mom and being in business is I don't chase things that are just, I feel like everything is attracted to me. I'm very specific. I usually count the cost. I look and see how much time it will take me. I look and see how much energy it will give me. And usually I align myself to those areas. And then I kind of take out what I don't want, or I kind of go 10 fingers in just to really, really push into it. There's so much opportunity in it. There's so many ways for you to build what you're supposed to be building in 2026. This was just 5 ways, okay? There's 5 ways. From these ways, you can get 100 ways from these 5. This channel is about building women, building income with intention, ownership, with vision. If you are a woman that wants to make money without losing herself, without losing who you are, if you are a woman that desires to build wealth, go ahead and subscribe if you are building wealth as a woman, and I'll see you on the next video.